Once upon a time, in a magnificent and luxurious fairy tale kingdom where gods, demons, and humans coexisted, there was a beautiful and strong 18-year-old princess named Dacia. Dacia possessed a magical sword that was passed down to her by her mentor, the sun god, which had the power to expel the souls of demons from possessed individuals. Furthermore, she also had a magical eye since birth that could be used as a gateway to trap evil spirits inside, which made everyone admire her. In particular, her third eye had the power to see the imminent death of any living thing she touched. Despite her abilities, Dacia was absolutely forbidden from interfering with the cycle of life and death. If she disobeyed, she would be punished by the gods. Although Dacia was strong, she had a weakness. She often became tired and could not use her third eye when exposed to bright light like the sun. In fact, she could even see a dark soul inside her at times, which made her very worried. She asked her mother about this, but the queen only became sad and evaded the question.
I cannot explain everything to you right now, my child, but if you want to use your magic eye during the day, remember to wear your cloak. I have also locked all the rooms containing treasures, so if you need anything, just tell me.
Dacia didn't want to make things more difficult for the queen, so she kept these questions to herself. One day, the magic from Dacia's eye was completely reversed. Instead of being able to use it to control demons, it unleashed many evil spirits. Dacia didn't understand what was happening, so after she managed to deal with the demons with her magical sword, she hurried to find the queen to talk about it. Upon arrival, Dacia was horrified to see the sun god angry, capturing the queen.
Excuse me, sun god, why did you take my mother's soul away?
That's because yesterday you violated the prohibition when you used your third eye to save your mother. Therefore, I am here to punish your family. The sun god recounted that yesterday, when Dacia bid farewell to the queen to visit the sun god temple once a year, just like every year, her third eye suddenly lit up. It revealed to her that the queen would pass away today due to old age and weakness. However, Dacia did not want to lose her only loved one, so she decided to change her mother's fate. Dacia quickly made an excuse to help her mother visit the sun god temple today, and then set out on her journey. After completing all the tasks at the temple, she happily returned home, but suddenly noticed a dark orb heading towards her. She quickly dodged and tried to catch the culprit, but he escaped. Nevertheless, Dacia was still happy that she had protected her mother from the wicked person today. However, the sun god witnessed Dacia's wrongful act, so he came here in person to punish both mother and daughter.
But all of this is my fault. My mother is completely innocent. Therefore, please forgive my mother and punish me in any way you want.
Since we are teacher and student, I will spare your mother's life if you promise never to repeat this mistake and agree to give me the divine sword. Because your impulsive and immature actions have disappointed me and I cannot easily forgive you. Therefore, I want to give the divine sword to someone who is more responsible than you in the future.
For me, my mother's life is more important than anything else in the world, so I will give the divine sword to you.
However, when Dacia handed over the sword to the sun god, he suddenly smirked mischievously and swung the sword towards Dacia's third eye. Dacia froze and saw a three-eyed soul like herself escape from her body and collapse. The soul flew towards the sun god and was captured by him as his third eye in the surprise of Dacia.
Finally, the day of revenge has come.
Then, he broke his sword and transformed into a cruel demon king. It turned out that years ago, the younger brother of the demon king loved the queen so much that he agreed not to do anything wrong. Therefore, the demon king was very angry and wanted to destroy the couple, but his younger brother tried to use magic to seal him and passed away. 18 years later, the Demon King finally had enough power to escape the seal. But when he went to take revenge on the queen, he found Daisha in the temple. The Demon Queen quickly recognized that Daisha's third eye was similar to that of his younger brother, and it was surely the daughter of that couple.
If that kid is the hybrid child of the queen and my younger brother, then that magical eye will represent the soul of the demon existing inside its body. Then, if I can release the power and dark soul of that kid, my magic will increase exponentially.
However, despite using every method to obtain the eye, the Demon King still could not easily achieve this ambition. He needed something that could separate Daisha's dark soul from her body, and that was the Divine Sword. Therefore, the Demon King had to apply a part of his black magic to the third eye and silently harmed the queen to force Daisha to hand over the sword. As soon as he obtained the treasure, the Demon King finally gained the magical eye.
It turns out that because I have half of my soul as a demon, that's why I feel tired and see my dark soul every time I come into contact with the light?
That's right. Your mother probably didn't want you to feel ashamed of your identity and wanted you to focus on defeating the demons, so she kept this a secret. However, I will let your mother and you witness how the kingdom, which you have protected for so long, will be destroyed under my hand. He then released many demons from the third eye to destroy and dominate the land. Although Daisha was very shocked about her identity, she looked at her mother and people being attacked by the Demon King and his demons, and knew that she had to fight to protect them. However, at this moment, Daisha didn't have her magic sword or her third eye, so the Demon King was able to defeat her easily.
I can't give up like this, but I need a new plan to defeat him.
She looked around and saw a crystal lamp swinging back and forth. Suddenly, she came up with an idea. Quickly, she picked up a broken piece of her sword and threw it towards the lamp. Although the Demon King was able to dodge it, Daisha was able to steal the orb that held the queen captive from his hand.
Mother, wake up! It's me, Daisha! Daisha, it seems like the Demon King has returned and attacked me again. I know everything, and now we need to find a way to defeat him.
She ran to a locked room at the end of the hallway, but the Demon King caught up with her.
Ha! You foolish child. Why would you willingly trap yourself here, making it easy for me to defeat you?
If you're so good, then fight me!
The Demon King attempted to cast a spell at Daisha, but he couldn't help but notice her confident expression.
It seems like you want me to destroy the gate behind you. Is there something in there that scares me? Don't try to fool me.
Suddenly, the orb containing the queen's soul flew out of Daisha's hand and taunted the Demon King.
Mother!
No! I won't spare you!
Enraged, the Demon King fired a spell at the orb, but Daisha quickly shielded it with her body.
Daisha, let it go! No, I won't! Mom, you have always been the one who worries and takes care of me for so long, so I cannot abandon the duty of being your child for these matters. Moreover, this is my fault for changing my mother's fate without permission. Therefore, I am willing to sacrifice myself for my mother.
The Demon King was furious and used his last spell to create a huge explosion to destroy the mother and daughter. However, the door of the room was heavily impacted and collapsed, revealing many shining treasures, illuminating towards the third eye of Daisha, making the Demon King gradually fall due to fear of the bright light. Seizing that opportunity, Daisha quickly stood up and used the remaining power of the sword to defeat the Demon King. When Daisha regained her third eye, she quickly ran to the queen to inquire about her mother's health.
Daisha, I'm too tired. Perhaps I cannot pass through this life of door and death anymore. Therefore, my child, please take good care of yourself later. It can't be! I can't let my mother leave me! Please, heavenly beings, save my mother's life. I will exchange it for any price.
As soon as Daisha finished speaking, the sun god truly appeared in the dazzling light.
Daisha, through the recent battle, I understand your filial pity for the queen, as well as the motherly love of both of you who can live and die for each other. In addition, you have contributed a lot to this kingdom in the past time. Therefore, I agree to extend the queen's lifespan
with the condition that Daisha, you will deduct a part of your own lifespan to replace it. In addition, you must strive and continue the journey of demon slaying to protect everyone.
I agree!
After the sun god fulfilled his promise, the queen and Daisha were finally able to be together and live happily ever after.
Fairy Tales. Under the dim moonlight, the distinctive voice of someone resounded in the quiet space. Was it the singing of that fairy? But why was there such a dark lights around her? Was there something hidden behind it? Let's find out now with Woa Fairy Tales. Once upon a time in a village, there lived two kind brother and sister named Ryan and Clara, who lived happily day after day together. Suddenly one day, when the two were on their way to work, they heard people whispering that crops were suddenly destroyed overnight.
What happened? I don't know. It's unethical to sabotage our hard work these past few months.
I think it was caused by a dark force, because last night I heard the ghostly singing of a woman nearby.
Oh, that's scary. I don't know what else that force causes. What if she even threatens or kidnaps people like us to harm?
That's right, so we need to look into this carefully.
However, over the next few days, there wasn't anything unusual, and gradually, the people just considered it a false rumor, and then sank into oblivion. Until a full moon night, when Ryan was sleeping, he suddenly heard strange noises and ghostly voices around the house. He hastily ran to his sister's room to warn her to be careful with the dark forces that were present nearby. But Clara was nowhere to be found. Worried about his sister, Ryan decided to go out of the house to look for his sister, even though he knew he could confront the dark forces outside. However, when he saw Clara, she was transformed into a beautiful Luna witch and was sitting in the tree singing.
No, that curse of that witch has come true?
As it turns out, Ryan and Clara came from a family who worshipped the moon. However, his parents sacrificed themselves to save him and his sister in a battle with the dark witch, who wanted to possess his family's moon power. The witch was eliminated. However, before leaving the world, that witch had made a curse on Clara. Even if I lose, but that kid, she will be possessed by me and become a Luna witch at the age of 18 on the night of the red full moon. More than that, she will use the moon's power to harm the people around her. Ryan was very scared at that time and looked at his little sister in his arms. Luckily, before his parents passed away, they told him how to lift the curse.
Ryan, if that curse comes true, remember to go to Wonderland and ask for the help of the mysterious deer gods there.
We believe you will protect your sister well. Ryan nodded and tried to remember his parents' words. Because he was too young at the time, he now remembered that the curse actually haunted his sister when she was 18 years old. Waiting for the moon to fall, Clara returned to normal. Then Ryan sneakily took his sister home. After a while, Ryan realized that Clara only transformed on full moon nights, and she hadn't harmed anyone and did not remember what happened when she woke up. However, he did not want to let his sister live in this form forever, and was afraid that when Clara found out about this, she would panic. So he decided to set out to find a way to lift the curse for his sister.
Clara, I have to go away for a while. Stay at home, be obedient,
Take care of yourself, and especially remember not to go out on full moon nights, as well as tie yourself up on this day if I haven't come back in time.
But why don't you take me with you? And why can't I go out on full moon nights?
I can't explain this yet, but trust me, and remember to do what I tell you.
Afterward, Ryan parted with Clara and went to Wonderland. On the way to the dark forest, Ryan encountered an old woman carrying a lot of heavy things on her shoulders. So he asked to help her and took her home. When she heard Ryan talk about the journey to Wonderland, the old woman was startled and warned him. The road there is extremely difficult and dangerous. It is difficult for anyone to find that dear God. So it is better if you come back.
But I must lift the curse for my little sister. I can't let her suffer with a terrifying secret that will cause troubles for her forever.
If you really want to do that, then here are some things that will help you. Always carry this small knife and this stone with you. They will help you a lot along the way.
Thank you very much.
After that, Ryan continued to find the dear God of Wonderland. Along the way, he overcome many difficulties and dangers. However, with the help of the stone, Ryan was finally able to cross the dark forest, get rid of the creatures around, and reach the gates of Wonderland. Ryan was overwhelmed by the fairy beauty of this place. However, as soon as he entered the gate, the fairy scene suddenly changed completely and swept him inside. When Ryan woke up, he saw the god deer being extremely fierce and scary in front of him.
Oh, mortal! How dare you trespass into the wonderland of the mighty god deer, where I dwell? Please forgive me for my transgression. I do not intend to invade this land, but just want to ask you to save Clara, my poor little sister, from the curse of the old dark witch. That's impossible. Originally, my strength came from these old horns, but I was harmed by the witch, so I lost a part of my strength, and I was no longer able to turn back into a human. Therefore, if I have to sacrifice a part of my strength, I'm afraid I won't have enough strength to survive anymore. You should have come back. Please help me, or my sister will forever become a witch. Well, it has nothing to do with me, but if you're still stubborn like that, don't blame me for being short-tempered.
Saying that, the deer god rushed to attack Ryan. He still tried to resist and made the deer horn stuck. At that time, Ryan noticed that the deer's horn was missing a piece that was very similar to the handle of the small knife he was holding. He managed to break the blade despite the deep cut on his hand and put the handle on the deer's horn. Suddenly, a light flashed across Wonderland and helped the deer god to return to his original beautiful magical shape. It turned out that the handle was the long-lost horn of the deer god. He was very glad to thank Ryan.
Thank you for helping me get back into my original form, and to show my gratitude, I will heal your hand, as well as repay you with this gem. If your sister eats this gem, it can help your sister lift the curse and become a human. Thank you very much, dear God. Now let's go back to your village.
When Ryan returned to the village, it was coincidentally the day of the red full moon. He rushed into the house to look for Clara, but his sister was nowhere to be found. At this time, Ryan suddenly heard the loud screams of the villagers, so he rushed to see. As it turned out, Clara had transformed into a Luna witch in front of everyone, so they were very scared and aggressive, wanting to attack her in defense. I didn't do any harm to you. But why are you treating me like this? If you think I'm so cruel, then I'll play the part.
Clara, please stop! Don't harm people and lose your kind nature. Moreover, I have finally found a way to lift the...
I don't need anything anymore. Now I just want to destroy all of you. The bright moonlight of the red moon shone on Clara, making her seem to lose her mind and become a different person. Well, this ghost body is finally mine. Now I will use your sister's own hand to avenge the feud of the witches. Realizing that Clara had been completely controlled by the old witch's spirit, Ryan tried to console her.
Clara, please stay awake and try to fight for yourself. Don't let the dark forces defeat you. Our parents and I don't want you to get hurt like that.
It's no use! Your sister didn't hear anything! Saying so, the Luna Witch Clara shot magic at Ryan and injured him.
Even my sister can't hear anything right now. But please, after this battle, free Clara. I would trade this life for my sister.
Well, if he voluntarily surrenders, it will save my energy. But just wait. After vanquishing him quickly, I will turn around and defeat this girl. All right, I'll do you a favor after defeating you. However, when the Luna Witch Clara was about to shoot magic at Ryan, he quickly threw the gem at Kiara. A light flashed, causing the witch's spirit to be eliminated and helping his sister return to her normal self. It turned out that while Ryan was knocked down last time, he had found the gem and tried to use his words to distract the attention of the witch Clara in order to conduct the plan. Ryan and Clara were finally able to lift the curse and told the old story to the people. After that, the people and they continued to build the village more and more developed and better for many years to come.